Hi, welcome to another Mystic Dude Division 2 video. So this one's just a brief video of how to put a basic DPS build together. This is basic stuff for newer players or those making their first builds. So I'm just going to show you two rifle builds. So I've got one there which I've got equipped and another one there. So the main thing you want to look for is this magic 60%. So your crit chance is capped at 60%. Yeah, and then you want to get your crit damage as high as possible. On that one it shows 132, but I haven't got all the mods in. So there's 3 mods missing, so there's another 36% missing from that. I haven't got enough mods to swap them in and out, and loadouts don't save them. So what you've got to look for is the basic DPS build is 3 Providence, which gives you your headshot damage, 10% crit chance and 15% crit damage. Then you've got choices to make of what other brand sets you're going to use. So on this one I've got Overlord. Now the reason I've got Overlord on this build is for 2 reasons. One, the Fox's Prayer, it gives me 8% damage to target out of cover, which is multiplicative rather than additive. And also because it's a brand set fit rifle, it gives me 10% damage to my Baker's dozen. Yeah. So if I swap to the other build, as you can see, that's more or less the same build. I've still got Fox's Prayer. The difference being between these builds is the backpack and the chest talents. So on this one, you're looking for talents that synergize with a DPS build. So on this one, I've got Companion. It's not the strongest, but it's consistent because basically it gives me 15% weapon damage when I'm near an ally or skill. So if I use the Fixer Drone, for example, while that is out, it's always going to give me that buff, that 15% buff. Because that Fixer Drone stays on me, and it stays on me for 232 seconds, as you can see. So it's quite a long duration, and it's not a long cooldown. Plus, it gives you a little bit of healing. So, at the cost of losing DPS from a striker drone or an assault turret. But so it's all about synergy. So that synergizes with that. So the headhunter talent, because I'm using a rifle, if I get headshots and I can maintain that buff, it gives you a high damage return. However, it is hard to keep that buff up, especially if you're playing in team play. So let's have a look what I've got on this one. So on this one instead, for team play, I've got Overwatch. Yeah, it's not as strong as Headhunter, but it not only buffs my damage, it buffs my allies. So if I'm playing with a team of 4, I'm getting, providing I get that buff up, I'm getting 12% damage. They're all getting 12% damage. So that's 48% damage between all of us, which is, you could argue, stronger than the Headhunter, as it's a difficult buff to keep up. On that backpack, I was trying clutch out just to see. I put that on because it's a decent road item. It gave me 10% crit chance for the Seska, and I was trying the clutch out to see whether it was still broken. So yeah, so you've got 3% Providence, and then there's other brand sets like Seska. As you can see, that'll give you 10% for a one-piece bonus. The Grupo Sombra, you can get for a one-piece bonus 15% crit damage, and then the Fox's Prayer gives you your brand set. Now, if we go to another DPS build, so like me LMG build, which I've been building, so as you can see, I've still got 3% Providence. But on this, because I'm running a Pestilence with it, I've got 2-piece war carries. That gives me 5% weapon damage and 10% damage to armor. On this one, I've got the Contractor's Gloves instead of the Fox's Prayer. That gives me my brand bonus for me 10% LMG damage, as I'm running 2 LMGs. I haven't got the Fox's Prayer on because I've just gone without 15% crit damage. Now, if I was to put the Fox's Prayer on, I lose 15% crit damage for the brand prayer, but I do get an additional 8% out of cover bonus. Yeah, so what I could do is just run 1 LMG and maybe I put a rifle in as backup for when, so there is ways and means of swapping it out. With that bonus, I'm only getting 44% crit chance, 140% damage, but this build's all about raw weapon damage for your Pestilence. As you can see, that Pestilence is 114k. If I swap that back, put my Providence on, and then have a look at the stats, my crit damage goes up a bit, but my crit chance is still a bit low. The other thing to consider is a mask. So there's this Coyote's mask. So if I put that on, again it's all reds, I lose my brand bonus. My crit damage isn't really high on it. However, on the Coyote mask, you get the bonus of crit depending on the range. So either 25% damage, 10% chance and damage, or 25% chance. So if you run your stats at round about 45%, you're going to be a lot of time near enough capped. Yeah, either 55% or you're going to go over cap. However, you'd need to test it, but it was bugged on the overcapping, where it was actually dragging you back down below the chance that you should have. You'd have to test it and see. So basically, this is how you do a DPS build. So let's have a look at another DPS build. So this is the Marksman build. I've not finished it. So again, it's all reds. But this time, you're looking for headshot damage because it's Marksman. So again, the crit chance isn't great. My damage is a bit lower, but as you can see, I've got 251%. If I'm in maxes, you can get over 300%. So basically, what you're doing is, on the DPS builds, is what kind of weapon are you using? And then what kind of playstyle do you have? Are you reserved? Are you aggressive? If I go to my AR build, so my AR, now with that I've got in sync on my talent. So I'm running striker drawn. So as long as my striker is out attacking, I'm getting 15% weapon damage. As long as I'm attacking, my striker is getting 15% attack damage. As long as we're both attacking, that's doubled. So that'll give me 30% weapon damage. Yeah, I'll let you follow that. And I've just got an MG5 as backup there. Again, I've got 3-piece Providence to get me crit chance and crit damage. I've got Overwatch for team play. And I've got Vigilance, the backpack's not good. That's about the best Vigilance pack I got. However, since TU11, there's been a change to one of the talents. So, and it's this Obliterate. So, if you're running a DPS crit build, crit damage build, this will give you, it'll stack up to 25 times. So that now is probably the strongest chest piece. Glass cannon is stronger, but you take a lot more damage, and to be honest, I'd rather just go with Obliterate, especially with a crit build. I'll see if I've got any more DPS builds I can show you. I've got a video up for the Fury. This is a Ravenous build. So this one again DPS, but this is using Ravenous. I've got my Baker's Dozen as backup. My stats on this, as you can see, they're a little bit better on this build, 60 and 179. Again, I've got Overload for the brand set because my main weapons I'm using are rifles. Running 3-piece Providence again. As you can see, Providence seems to be key to it, and then it's about choosing your backpack and your chest talents. Again, I've got Overwatch in there. Staying in cover will give me 12% damage. And I've got Companion on my backpack. Because I'm running Companion, I use a fixer drone. So I need to get a decent max roll Providence with Obliterate on. So yeah, I hope that explains a bit about the DPS builds. Like I say, watch out for your max rolls on Gruppos and on Seskas and on Providence. And then try and farm for the Fox's Prey and for the Contractor's Gloves. Once you start getting these pieces, Grupo, Seska and Providence, and the gloves and the knees, you'll be able to mix and match them around, and then it's just a case of getting luck to get the right rolls on them. For your mods, you want to try and put in crit damage on your mods where possible on a DPS build. And again, it's RNG. I have got a max one there at 12%. I haven't got a lot, 12% for all the time I play. They tend to drop, if you're lucky, 11 point, between 11 and 11.4 seems to be the benchmark. I haven't had a lot of 12s drop. So for skills, running a DPS build, again it's play style. I tend to run Reviver. If I'm running through heroics, it just takes a bit of pressure off your team if you go down. And then my second skill, I either use it to synergize with a talent, or as you saw with the other build, I'll put the Striker out, which gives me a bit of extra damage and also acts as a distraction to the mobs. Yeah, if you was running this DPS build in Legendary, you probably change one of your skills out depending on your group, what your group wants from you. You could change them out for a CC, a crowd control skill, such as the sticky form or the shot traps. So yeah, I hope that explains the basics of a DPS build. Have I missed anything? Yeah, specializations. Specializations, again, just make sure that whatever your weapons you're running, make sure that you set these to the weapons that you're running. As you can see, this is set for light machine gun and submachine gun. Now, hang on, I've got sniper on there. So let's go to sharpshooter. Let's see. Right, so that's set up for assault rifle and light machine gun. However, I'm running rifles. The loadouts do not change your specializations to what you have them set. It's a really, really crappy design. You should be able to set this, save it to a loadout, so that when you swap loadouts, it swaps back. So remember to change these here to the weapons that you're currently using. Otherwise, you're going to be losing 15% damage. Yeah. As for the specializations themselves, go with what you like using. The gunner is a good all-round one for DPS. Sharpshooter is good. Survivalist, not too bad. I'd recommend sharpshooter for weapon handling and gunner in most parts. But again, go for them, have a look. Are you playing solo? You know, are you playing in a group? Some of them give you different benefits. So like technician, you'll get +1 skill to you. So that's going to strengthen your skills, not by a lot, but you know, if you was running Fixodrome with companion, you're going to get a bit more healing from it. Whereas the gunner is going to give you armor, demolitionist, explosive damage. You know, so look at all the bonuses that you get on him. Like I say, I like the sharpshooter one for rifle build because it gives you headshot damage. So it's a DPS build, so it's just basically a flat out increase. Yeah. So any questions, hit me up in Discord. If you need help farming any items for anybody in our community, give me a shout. Or if you want to look at a particular build of how to put it together or what works, just give me a shout and I'll help you out. For now, Mystic Dude out.